So this is a quick tutorial on how to achieve, I'll call it the Ken Burns effect, but what it really is keyframe editing. So you may have noticed that in the demo that the camera kind of pans over to the right, and then I have it zoom out while changing position. And then there was another moment where I was able to kind of take effect of this scene right here. Sorry, it's taking a long time. And have it slowly push in. I wanted to show you how that worked. Basically, any clip, and this kind of gets more into the film, but any clip that you animate, it all happens here in effects controls. So when I open this up, what you're seeing are all the properties under motion, all the video properties, and pretty much anything that you see blue here is something that you can change, but it's also something that you can animate in this space. So I'm going to take the same image and work with it so you can see how it's constructed and just some of the components that go into it. So the base image is this. It's a really high resolution image, which this type of technique works better for images than it does for video, but it just gives you opens some doors. So basically I have this clip selected, and if I want I could click the zoom property or scale property and scale it out to make it as big or as small as I want to, and we've already done that with graphics. However, the difference here is that we are no longer just scaling it. What we're trying to do is change that throughout the timing of the clip, or in this case the image. And the first step is to zoom in. I'm going to show you this. What we're doing is we're going to first position toggle animation for scale. When we do that, that little stopwatch turns blue, and usually wherever this timeline is you'll see your first keyframe, and that basically is a property located in time. So at this time the scale is 34, and to change it you can move it anywhere in between and have that change, and what happens is it will seamlessly go from one keyframe to the other, because at this point you're saying the property is 73 for scale. So you're zooming in and filling in all the blanks smoothly so that you have a zoom. If you were to move position, like the panning effect, it's the same thing. But I'm going to start my keyframe here instead of at the beginning, because I want to zoom in and then I want to start to move position. So I'm going to keep that timeline right here at this mark on that keyframe, and then I'm going to start the keyframe animation for position. That's the starting point. It says at this point it's here and here. And then move this timeline forward just a bit, and you can use these blue numbers or you can drag the clip. What I wanted to point out was that when you start moving a clip and changing its position, you'll see its pathway. And that pathway, as you move from one point to another, follows with that circle and just shows you where it's going. It's also a pathway that can be bent. You can take certain points on it and give it a little bit of a curve. So that should follow, kind of dip down and go on and so forth. And so if I wanted to pan back, I'd move the time forward, and I'd have another pathway going the other direction. So altogether, I am zooming in, moving to the right on that curved path, or the left on that curved path, and then moving back on that straight path that I just created. So this principle allows you to pretty much animate any property that you see as blue when you're doing colors or effects or anything. And the reason I'm sharing this tutorial is it's if you find yourself using a lot of stills and you don't have like moving video, screen clips, and you want to try to keep that sense of movement, this is the best way to do it. And I've called it the Ken Burns effect, but there are in iMovie, I think they have an automatic preset where you just do it and it starts to slowly zoom in. It just lets you draw emphasis towards different parts of the photo, and it allows there to be some motion when all you've got are stills. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you can apply this to your film.